Welcome back across Nevada to Face. Pretty soon it's going to be the most watched race in the country as soon as the state Supreme Court figures out how to run it. Mark Amodei is the Republican nominee in Congressional District 2. It's a special election. Filled Dean Heller's seat. He's now a U.S. Senator. All right, let's talk more about spending. And I'm going to finally have to pin you down on this Paul Ryan budget. You've said so many things about the Paul Ryan budget. Again, I'll show you what you said to hotair.com. It is a fact that only one person has put forward a plan, and that's Paul Ryan. And my hat's off to him. I'm perfectly comfortable with using Paul Ryan's plan as a starting point. Okay, that says nothing. Then you said it's a great plan. I'm going to cozy up to Ryan, you said, during your pandering speech at the Central Committee. Yes or no? Dean Heller's voted for the Paul Ryan budget twice. Joe Heck's voted for it. Would you vote for it?
Well,
it's a simple yes or no question.
Well, but John, you know from covering me for 14 years that I'm not a simple yes or no guy. I'm a guy who likes to know the facts. I want to ask questions. I want to do sorts of things. But I do know this in a yes or no sense. Yes, Paul Ryan is the only guy who's put forth a plan. Okay? So you at least have something to start with there. Yes or no? Paul Ryan has addressed entitlement issues, so that's a start there. Everybody else is, you want to talk about phobias to talk about what would you do, and it's like yes or no, would you continue it, or yes or no, would you change it? I'll give you yes or no. You cannot continue down the road.
That's not a yes or no. You and I both know this, and you know people want to hear
yes,
truth
we
now.
need change.
No.
Yes, we need change.
If Paul Ryan's budget came for a vote and Mark Amodei was in the House, would you vote for it, yes or no?
Not done studying it.
What do you mean you're not done studying it? You're talking about what a great thing it is. It's a starting point. You're going to cozy up to the guy, but you're not done studying it?
That's right.
What don't you know? What are you uncertain about?
Well, let me put it to you this way. I'm not going to vote for something like we did on health care, where you just ship it out with all the ramifications and hope you get it right. I'm not going to do that.
Did you vote on that?
No, but I wouldn't have either. You know? So there you go. So it's like, listen, something this important with those programs, you're darn right. I'm going to check every chapter and verse so that when you say, why did you vote this way, I can say, John, here's why I voted this way, because I thought about this, I thought about that, and I checked with the folks who were the stakeholders. Enough of the party line stuff where we need to pass it today because we're in the majority.
Isn't it true that you don't want to take a position on this because you're afraid the Democrats are using it as a
John,
bludgeon against Republicans?
I'm the guy who took a position that you just described as very controversial on the debt because of the messenger that we picked. I'm not afraid to take a position.
You took a position to add. Let me show you what you said about Medicare. Medicare is going to have to be dealt with because it's a major entitlement and it's broke. Do you want someone who's going to say, yeah, it's really okay until after the election, or someone who's going to say something that makes actuarial sense? Okay, tell me something that makes actuarial sense. Since you're refusing to take a position on the Ryan budget, tell me how you're going to fix Medicare.
I'll tell you why.
All right.
You sit there and you first of all say somebody took $500 billion out of it. Wasn't the side that I'm trying to become part of, but that's a fact you have to deal with. Then you sit down and you say, okay, how is the program working now and the people that are eligible? How are the people that are supposed to be eligible in a few years? You have to go back actuarially and say, for instance, a guy like me, 53, guess what, Mark? Maybe your Medicare eligibility is going to move back a few years because we can't afford to have people eligible at the age we are based on that.
You support that?
Well, I'm sure going to look at it.
Oh, sure going to look at it. What about Ryan? And he's got an idea to change Medicare fundamentally, use a voucher program. What about that?
Great start.
What do you mean a great start? You're not going to take a position on that either?
Well, listen, the other side hasn't even got a plan. Why do I need to take a position for you tonight?
Because you're running for office.
I absolutely am, and those people are in office, John.
All right. We'll take a break again. When we come back, I'm going to ask Mark Amodei to take a position on whether the sky was blue today. Stick around for that one.
Which part of the state?